Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosin, and in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back, Marigi. So guys, today we're going to be talking on how to be a nurturing woman. Without further ado, let's get into the video. First thing is to start with yourself. Start with nurturing yourself. Take good care of yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Start being calm with yourself. Start nurturing yourself. Start giving yourself self care. Because the thing is, when you start with yourself, you find it very easy to do it for other people, right? When you begin to take care of yourself, know the importance of giving yourself like emotional support, which will get there like somewhere in this video. You know what it is when you show yourself love, so you don't find it hard to be a nurturing woman to another person, be it to a man, be it to kids in particular. So it's always very important to start with yourself. Start taking care of yourself. See yourself as a baby, right? Let's say you have someone that is taking care of you. How will you want that person to take care of you? How do you like, what are those things? If you have to write it down, write it down. What are those things you want that person to do? Is it to give you emotional support? Is it to always be there for you? Is it to talk to you kindly? Whatever it might be, list it down and start doing it for yourself. Because the truth is, if you don't know how to do it for yourself, you won't know how to do it for another person. And that's the truth. Be it kids, like I said before, be it family members, be it, your husband. If you're trying, if you're wanting to be a nurturing woman, because you're going to have a family one day and all that. So it's always very important to start with yourself. If you do not start with yourself, I repeat, you won't know how to be a nurturing woman. It's as simple as that. You need to nurture yourself first. It's very key, because what you have inside of you is what you pour. And if you don't have anything like that inside of you, you're going to find it very hard, to pour anything out back. Do you get? Because you are not even feeling yourself at all. Yeah. So the next one is learn how to show emotional support. Stop giving the I don't care attitude. I don't care. I really don't care. Some people they are not compassionate. They don't care. They are selfish. They only care about themselves. Now, if you want to be a nurturing woman, you cannot be a nurturing woman if you don't care about other people, if you don't show emotional support. Now, I don't mean drain out all yourself or being how will I put this? Pretending, right? When you have someone who is having issues maybe with their lives, or finding it very hard, or they are hot about something, just a word, just a sentence, everything is going to be fine. That's something. You're showing emotional support, right? You say it and you mean it. Not the I don't care attitude. I don't care what's going on with this person. I really don't care. Will you be fine? All those kind of things doesn't give nurturing woman, because trust me, you're going to have a lot of people later on in life. People will be in care of you. The kids that God is giving you to, be a guardian to them, right? So you don't want to be telling your kids or your family members that it's not a big deal, giving them the nonchalant attitude. It doesn't signify nurturing at all in any form. So you always have to be very um available, not too available, but very open to emotional support, right? It's very important. If you are trying to work on being a nurturing woman for relationship, you cannot tell your partner, don't worry. You cannot tell your partner, I don't care. You cannot act like you don't care, or be the I don't care madam with your partner. Maybe when it lost like a contract or something, and you are not there, that is a no, a very big no. You need to always learn to show emotional support if you're trying to be a nurturing woman. Very important. Like I said, start with yourself. If you're a nurturing woman and you started with yourself, you understand and know how it is that when you do something, you give yourself the pet talk that, okay, I'm going to do better next time. It is well, don't worry, better things to come. You'll be able to say it to another person. Yeah. The next one is to learn how to communicate. I'm going to have a video on how to communicate, like communication Communicating skills, right? So I have like a short, you can check that out on my channel that I posted recently on how to communicate, but I will definitely do a video. And when that video is out, I'm gonna look into this video, right? You have to learn how to communicate better if you're trying to be a nurturing woman. Now, I know that people know this, but the way you say things is very, very important, right? But that aside, the way people collect something or receive an information that you're trying to pass is the most important thing if you're trying to communicate with someone. It's very, very key. If the person doesn't understand you, you have to go back to square one, right? And if the person doesn't understand you, you know that conflicts come up, fights come up when people don't understand each other, called miscommunication, right? So it's always very, very important if you're trying to be a nurturing woman to know how to communicate. You have to know how to pass your message calmly. Yeah. I know of friends, I have friends, right? And I have nephews and nieces. If you are not communicating rightly, a child can understand what you're saying. If you're not communicating calmly, I know sometimes you have to shout and all that, but if you're not communicating rightly, you are saying don't touch that. You're not telling the child why that child should not touch that. Don't touch that because it's going to hurt you. You pass the message. Children will always be children, they will always be kids, they want to know what it is, but at least you passed the message. And when children are trying to explain themselves for you, you don't always have to come up with the oh, I'm older. You have to come to their level to understand. My niece and nephew are taught me that's like about a year now. So it's always very, very important to know how to communicate, how to pass your message calmly. It could be to your partner, it could be to anybody, right? It could be to your family members. Oh, this and this is what I feel or I think about the situation, making sure that they understand. You have to learn a better way, the best way, you know, to communicate things for better communication and better understanding if you're trying to be a nurturing woman. Yeah. The next one is to learn patience and calmness. You will be needing it so much if you are trying to be a nurturing woman. Like I mentioned, in my previous point, the example I made, you tell a child, don't touch that because it's going to hurt you, and the child still goes there to touch it. You need patience because that can make you to lose your mind, right? So it could be for anything. It could be you are telling someone something and the person understood it, but the person just feel like, oh, I need to do what's in my mind. That's another thing you have to understand. The fact that you're trying to be a nurturing one doesn't mean that other people will have their own opinion. They will. Do you understand? So you have to be very, very, very patient and very, 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 very calm. You are going to need it so much as a nurturing woman, nurturing anybody, nurturing your family, your husband to be, or maybe you don't have a husband, or your kids, when you have them, or maybe you have them, right? Or you are the firstborn child in your family, you have to be very, very, when I say very, very, very patient and very calm. Yeah. So the next one is to always check on yourself, which is the last point. I first started with you have to start with yourself. That's my first point. And I'm still ending it with you always have to check in on yourself. Very, 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 very important. If you're trying to be a nurturing woman, you need to understand that it gets to a point where it seems like you are being selfless. And if you don't pick yourself back up, if you don't have it at the back of your mind that, okay, there is me first, right? Before everybody else. I say this and I'll say it again. Always choose yourself first. Take care of yourself first. Let every other thing come up later. I said this in my I'm not married. I don't have a kid yet. I don't have children yet. But if there's something I know that I really, really intentionally want to implement, when that time comes, is waking up early to have even if it's 30 minutes to myself before every other person wakes up in the house, before my kids wake up, before my husband wake up or something. It is something that I've seen that is a very big game changer. I still stay with my parents and I do that. Prior to this year, I never used to do that. Once I wake up, cooking or something. But this year, I told myself, I will always give myself, even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes to myself every morning I wake up. That is me always checking back on myself, even for the fact that I'm trying to be a nurturing woman. Do you understand? It's always very, 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 very important. Even if you're in the relationship and you're trying as much as possible to be there for your partner, right? You always have to check in on yourself. Are you losing it? Now, being a nurturing woman, like I said, you get to the point where you seem like you're losing yourself, but you need to strike a balance. You need to know when to take control, when to give opinion. There are sometimes you just need to relax, give the emotional support, and just hold on and just be looking. Don't do anything after that. It's very, very important to find a balance. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, I hope you learned one or two from this video. Like I said before, this video started, this video might be for those who are trying, to get married, because I feel like that is when people feel like, okay, I need to learn how to be nurturing if they are not. But generally, you need to know how to be a nurturing woman. It's one key thing you have to learn, because it will get to the time where you will need it, right? And yeah. So I hope you learn one or two. Once again, share this video to someone that you feel might need it. I really, really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. Gets me to where I'm going this year. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.